In the UK, if you buy and sell Bitcoin for a profit, you will be liable to pay capital gains tax. Everyone is entitled to a capital gains tax allowance, and this year in 2023 going into 2024, the capital gains tax allowance is £6,000, but next year it's going to drop to £3,000, which, let's face it, isn't particularly generous. So today I'm going to show you how you can invest in Bitcoin, but in a way where all of the profits are completely tax-free. And it's really easy to do and doesn't involve any clever or complex accounting. But before we get into it, if you are new around here, my name's Alex, and I've been investing in the financial markets for over a decade. And on this channel, we look at everything from personal finance, investing, to just chasing that goal of financial freedom. But with that being said, I am not a financial advisor, so none of this should be considered financial advice. But with that out of the way, let's get into it. In the UK, when investing in the stock market, you can set up a special investment account which shields all of your profits from tax. And the account I'm talking about is an investment ISA. Investment ISAs are great because, like I said, all of the profits are completely tax-free and you can withdraw the money at any time. It's not tied up like it would be with a pension or a lifetime ISA. The only catch is that you're limited on how much money you can deposit into your ISAs every single tax year, and that limit is £20,000. Now, unfortunately for Bitcoin investors, you can't buy Bitcoin within an investment ISA, and there's no such thing as a crypto ISA or anything like that. So basically, if you prefer to invest in Bitcoin rather than stocks, all of your profits are going to be taxable, which, to be honest, I think is pretty unfair. In January of this year, which is 2024, within the US, the SEC approved spot Bitcoin ETFs, which basically track the price of Bitcoin. So it means you can invest within your stock trading account and get exposure to Bitcoin. But unfortunately for us in the UK, we don't have any ETFs like this, and we also can't invest in these US ETFs. So you might be thinking, what can you do? Well, I think I found the best solution out there, and that is to invest in a company that's listed on the stock exchange, whose operations will give you exposure to Bitcoin, and obviously investing in this company within your investment ISA. In my opinion, the best company out there to give you exposure to Bitcoin is a company called MicroStrategy, with the ticker symbol MSTR. MicroStrategy, if you haven't heard of it, is a US software company which was founded by Michael Saylor. And in 2020, they began purchasing Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset for the company, as a way to store value better than the US dollar. And since then, they've continued to buy Bitcoin in vast quantities, whilst also borrowing US dollars at a very low interest rate to then buy more Bitcoin. At the time of recording this video, MicroStrategy hold around $15 billion worth of Bitcoin. And this is reflected in the share price value of the company. Now, because MicroStrategy actually borrowed dollars to buy Bitcoin, it's somewhat of a leveraged investment. So in theory, MicroStrategy is a more volatile investment compared to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes up 1%, in theory, MicroStrategy should go up more than 1%. But that's also true if the value of Bitcoin decreases. MicroStrategy will decrease more. So if you see here on this chart, you can see that they're very clearly correlated. But MicroStrategy is definitely more volatile. So that means you could potentially make more in profit, but also more in losses. So with that in mind, if you're looking for one-to-one price exposure to Bitcoin, it's really not perfect, but it is the best solution that I've found at this point in time, as we don't have ETFs in the UK to track Bitcoin, so that just isn't an option. So like I said, MicroStrategy is listed on the US stock exchange, but you can invest in it within your investment ISA in the UK. So that means you can invest in this company, you'll get price exposure to Bitcoin, and all of your profits will be completely tax-free. There are lots of different investment platform providers out there that offer investment ISAs, but the thing that you need to be careful of are the exchange fees and costs of buying non-UK stocks. Some platforms do charge hefty fees for this, and it can eat into your profits. Finally, I just want to go over a couple of the limitations of this strategy. Like I said, it's a leveraged investment, so it isn't going to give you one-to-one price exposure to Bitcoin, which obviously does come at a greater risk. With that being said though, it's a much safer leveraged investment compared to using a margin facility within some of the investment platforms, like with spread betting or CFDs, where you can end up losing more money than you've invested. The worst that can happen with this strategy and buying this stock is that it goes to zero. The other big weakness is that you're not actually going to own any of the underlying asset of Bitcoin. Instead, you're just going to get exposure to the price movement. So that means you will miss out on some of the benefits of owning actual Bitcoin. So you won't be able to become self-sovereign, you won't actually own any of this scarce digital asset, you won't own it so you won't be able to use it as a global currency, and it won't allow you to escape the broken financial system that we're living in. So for me personally, because I truly believe in the value of Bitcoin as an asset, I think it's important to hold some of this as well. So I hold Bitcoin as a store of value, which I never plan on selling. But I also have MicroStrategy held within my ISA and other tax-shielded investment accounts, which I can buy and sell as I please if I need to pay off any liabilities. And I know that it's all completely tax-free. With that being said though, if you do want to know how to buy Bitcoin, the underlying asset, I'll leave a link on screen now to my video breaking down exactly how you can do that in a cost-effective way. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please smash that like button down below. Drop a comment down below if you think you have a better way of shielding your Bitcoin from tax. And if you like this sort of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. But take it easy guys and enjoy the rest of your day.